This is Flip TV News. My name is Anyila Omolara. Here are the news headlines. CBN sacks board management of Union, Keystone and Polaris Bank. Obi tells federal government to cut costs of governance by 60%. Retired Civil War soldier protests unpaid pension in Oyo. Adeyanju tells police not to be a tool for Vedanta over very dark man. Bwala vows to support Tinubu's government. Now the news in detail. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has dissolved the board and management of Union Bank, Keystone Bank, and Polaris Bank. The press release dated January 10, 2024, indicates that this action was a direct result of the bank's non-compliance with critical regulatory provisions. The CBN cited several concerns leading to this decision, including regulatory non-compliance, failures in corporate governance, and involvement in activities threatening financial stability. According to statement by the CBN AG, Director of Corporate Communications, Mrs. Akama Sidi Ali, this action became necessary due to the non-compliance of these banks and their respective boards. The CBN's mandate is to ensure a safe, sound, and resilient banking environment for all Nigerians. In line with this responsibility, the CBN reassured the public that the safety and security of depositors' funds remain a top priority. In other news, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, said that what Nigerians need is a 60% cut in the cost of governance and not a reduction of travel entourages. His comments comes after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu slashes the number of people on the entourages for international and local travel by 60%. Obi stated that the decision of President Bola Tinubu to reduce the cost of federal government official entourage during the trip was scratching the surface. Moving on, hundreds of Nigerians retired soldiers who defended the country during the 1966 Civil War yesterday took to the streets of Ibadan, Oyo State capital, over unpaid pensions since they've retired 44 years ago. They lamented that over 100 of them have died because of no funds to take care of themselves. Some are physically challenged, some are blind, while some cannot walk. They added in December 2023 letter was written to the federal government, the Chief of Army Staff, Senate, House of Representatives, and up to date, they have gotten no response, which is the reason for staging a warning protest. Moving on to entertainment. An Abuja-based right activist and lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, has urged the Nigerian police force to prioritize public safety and not allow itself to be used as a tool for personal vendetta. He made the call while condemning the arrest of popular activist Very Dark Man. In a statement he signed, he said it was distressing to witness the misuse of police power that was meant to serve and protect the community. He condemned the recent arrest of Very Dark Man and the harassment of innocent citizens by police. He further stated that every citizen deserves fair treatment and protection under the law. Finally, on the news, a member of the People Democratic Party, PDP, Daniel Bwala, was at the presidential villa on Wednesday, where he met with President Bola Tinubu and pledged his total support for him. After the meeting with Tinubu, Bwala, who is a spokesman for Tinubu Atiku Abubakar in the 2023 presidential election, told the State House correspondents that he came on invitation of the president. He said he is particularly excited about the recent policy decision the president has taken, which, according to him, demonstrate that he is about the people and not just protecting his team. Asked whether his support for the president will see him leave the PDP and return to the All Progressive Congress APC, Bwala said that he visited the president as a private citizen adding that God knows tomorrow.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Would like to know why you're here.
Okay, I honor the invitation of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a father to the nation, who God has given the opportunity to lead the country at this difficult time. And so I came to celebrate and congratulate him, and then to also give him our commitment that as citizens of the country, this is a time for all of us to throw our weight behind and support the administration. I gave an illustration of an aircraft that has taken off. The aircraft is the country. The passengers are the citizens. The pilot is Mr. President. His co-pilot is Excellency the Vice President. The cabin officials might be the ministers or other agents of the Federation. You may not like the takeoff of the airplane. You may have even your perspective about the way the pilot is, walking towards the turbulence, above the sea level. But one fact that must bind all of us is that the plane needs to land so all of us can be alive. When it lands, you can also say you don't like the way it lands. But at the 39,000 feet above sea level, the prayer of everybody, including the pilot and the passenger, will be the safe landing of the plane. Because if the plane crashes, apart from the aircraft getting destroyed, the pilot, the co-pilot, the cabin members, and all the passengers' life at risk. So at this difficult time, what we need is to throw our support and then see how we're able to navigate around. Because there are difficult things in this country: hardship, poverty, insecurity. And the only way we can come together and support the achievement of this objective, I think, is for us to give our best in supporting the administration. So I came to congratulate him and then to tell him that I'm particularly excited about the recent policy decision he has taken to demonstrate that he's about the people and not just protecting his people. He took decisions against certain ministers who allegedly were, said to have committed infraction. The marked difference between him and the previous administration is that the previous administration may want to cover in order to avoid the backlash that the government is corrupt. But he is not about that. If this thing will touch on the poorest of the poor, humanitarian, that's the focus. And anybody who is caught wanting should not be covered. I told Mr. President I was thrilled by that decision. Yesterday again, he surprised us by the policy decision he has made to reduce the cost of governance. So it is like the unfolding. The most important thing in my communication with him was to look at his demeanor as he was talking to me about his passion for the country and the intention, to make sure that he leads a country with integrity. And you can have opinion from outside. When you sit from across table and you hear him, you can see what I've been taught as a lawyer is you not just know the law, you must know the demeanor of the judge. This informs your capacity to advocate. And that's what I did today. I was looking at the demeanor. I could see the passion and the conviction to lead. And that to me is exciting. It's not about party. Okay. This is about the country.
You may misconstrue your visit here today as a member of the major opposition PDP.
Right.
They're wondering, are you defecting? I mean, you've been speaking here like in capacity of an individual citizen.
Yeah.
Are you in that capacity? Are you defecting to the APC?
Or have you defected?
Well, I'm here as a private citizen and who must be bound by the conviction we have towards our country and the need for us to push the country to a better place that we all desire. So I'm not here in the capacity of, first of all, I'm not even a leader in the PDP. I'm a private citizen. But you must also admit that I have had my history with Mr. President. When I was in APC, before the primaries, I was practically his key spokesman as at the time. And I supported his cause because I believed in him. And so I use this opportunity today to even touch on some of those past. And I'm very happy that instead of the president getting actually offended, he gave me some life lesson, about the fact that in life, if you are going to be offended because people took decisions that didn't favor you, you would never be helpful to anybody in life, or you can never relate with people. And so that largeness of the heart to me is encouraging. And I am also here to say I am supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in achieving the objective of the problems we are in the country. I don't think that at this time of hunger and problems in the country, somebody should be here talking about party. And as per defection, God knows tomorrow. But I am fully committed to supporting the cause of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That has to be made clear.
That's the Flip TV news for now. Thanks for staying with us. It's still doing 2 o'clock. Oh, really? Are we still doing